Welcome everybody to another episode of West Bromwich Career Mode on FC24. I'm Jordan9 and boys, we're in our 5th season. Yes, 5 seasons in with the Baggies. Now, after last season, which I've got to say is our most successful season with West Bromwich Albion, I can't lie, winning the FA Cup was huge for us, and as well as that, achieving top 4. As this season, yep, you're going to be hearing that Champions League theme at the Hawthorns. It's such a huge accomplishment for this club, but I want to build on it. I don't want to live in the moment like, oh goody, we get to play in the Champions League. No, I'm here to win. And this squad right here proved it right here. As literally our player of the season, SCA was phenomenal for us, the defensive midfielder. Defence, a little bit tweaked, but up forwards, Kiego was determined to get Champions League football for us, as well as help us win the FA Cup. Madueke did well as well, so literally positives all around. But how do I make this squad turn to good to bloody gorgeous? Now, with a budget of 118 million, I had one person, and I mean one person, who I desperately want to bring at the Hawthorns. And yep, I'm talking to Milan's executive for a deal for a fee of £75 million for their English centre-back who's going to be travelling to the Hawthorns. Yes, you all know him. It's only bloody Tomori, and he's going to be playing as a baggie. Yes, our first signing in season number 5. Also, I want to improve up with the rotation and a rotational goalkeeper, as my other one decided to not want to play. And so I decided to bring in a Spaniard, David Raya, for a fee of £16 million. And our final signing, yes, only 3 signings for this window, I decided to bring Malcolm to the club, which I feel like a homeless shelter. We take in players who got rejected and we turn them into stars. And speaking of star squad, look at this squad right here. It is looking good, I'll tell you that. Tomori was the only person I want to bring in. Yes, Mark Gay has been a bit of a flop for us, or if not, he has been a flop. But Tomori over here is a massive improvement to this West Bromwich defence. As well as that, David Raya and Dean Henderson, they're going to be playing like a Ramsdale Raya situation. And also Malcolm is also a great addition to the squad. But let's see how we get on with the match highlights and Champions League football. And if not, maybe a little title fight as well. But before we talk about Premier League, before we even talk about Champions League, we return to the scene of the crime. What crime we're talking about? Murder. Because yes, we're facing Manchester City in the Community Shield at Wembley. As it rings bells in season number 3 as we got absolutely battered and murdered by Man City. Now we're seeking revenge, just like an anime. And Samuel, who had fair thoughts over City, decided to go for a Sunday jog inside their box. Lays across to Kiego, and Kiego will bury that. And afterwards, the little Japanese man wasn't done, as he's reached 32, but showing a lot of potential, as he literally out-dribbled the Man City defence, and another goal past Henderson, as things were looking fly. But how did our defence do? And more importantly, how did Tomori do? Personally, I thought he was slow. I think it's just because he had Erling Haaland in his pocket.
You banned, dickhead!
And with a strong defence, we can easily set up with another counter-attack. But this time, Eze came on to be the real saviour, getting us goal number 3. But Kiego, he woke up and decided to choose violence. Literally, pure revenge on him, as he got another one, and then literally more continued. And yes, I am talking about West Bromwich Albion absolutely smashing Man City. And I don't care if it's a bloody Community Shield. And then we moved on to the Premier League. Arsenal. Yes, Arsenal being our opponent today. This was more like a battle. Not for strikers, but who's got the better number 1. English number 1. As Henderson were making great save, followed up by Ramsdale. But we all know Jordan Pickford was going to be Pickford, Gareth Southgate's England squad. But someone who should get in real top consideration is Madueke, as he ruined the left back, plays it into Swift, and from close range, the captain scores, giving us a crucial lead in a title fight for West Bromwich Albion. And guess what? Tomorrow he was banging and banging as literally he muscled 2 centre-backs and getting a goal from a corner as he comes up with a goal himself. Arsenal panicking after realising they're 2-0 down to the Baggies. Well, it led to a counter-attack and Eze put the game to rest. Well, that's John Swift thing, but you know what I mean. We've got a 3-0 win against Arsenal. And yes, Champions League football at the Diego Maradona Stadium. Yes, we travelled to Naples as we face Napoli in our first Champions League game. And it means so much for these players. Some of them played with us in the Championship. They'll never give a chance to see the Champions League. Well, under my guidance, these players will get as far as possible. And literally someone who's been with us since the Championship, Diego, literally outdone the Naples defence, scored an absolute beautiful goal, literally something of a Diego Maradona, but instead he puts his hands in his pockets and let the feet do the talking. And he wasn't done there, let me tell you. As literally a shot comes in off the post and John Swift, ladies and gentlemen, the captain who's been with us since season number 1, gets a very memorable goal as he scores in the Champions League. Yep, and afterwards we can't underestimate Napoli as literally Osimhen done both Onana and Eze to score an absolute beautiful goal. But did Napoli capitalise on this moment and get one back? No, because literally we were applying more pressure, more intensity in our attack. And that led to Diego getting goal number 3 as we've won our first ever game in the Champions League. Onto a team I've never beaten, Newcastle United, the Saudis. Yep, as we travelled to St James's Park. And don't get me wrong, Newcastle got some threatening players up front, but we've got a solid back line as literally Isak felt the wrath of Tomori. Sit down! And speaking of winning the ball, literally Onana did fantastic work. We're not winning it once and twice. And afterwards played it through to Diego. It's his bread and butter. It's 1-on-1. And he absolutely scuffed it. Absolute scary scenes here as Diego would normally bury those, but missing it wide, that's something else. So let's try that again, but this time John Swift played an over-the-top through ball into the man from Japan, and this time he was able to bury it for us. As we got the lead, we won against Newcastle United, but it did not last long, as literally straight from kickoff, as Alexandra, the Spaniard, ruined Tomiyasu and beat Henderson near post, followed up by, well, Braithwaite making an absolute error, and that same player, that blonde Spaniard, got another one past Henderson. We got 2-1 down in it. It's looking like I'm never going to beat Newcastle. But I had to play my cards safe, not show Newcastle my poker face. And as soon as I spot the counter-attack, I launched. As literally Swift lays it across to Madueke, and Madueke, well, yeah, he scored it. As the English winger got us back level, but scoring wasn't Madueke's good point. This is literally his ace, his dribbling, as he lays off to Diego, and that is literally a miracle save from the Geordie goalkeeper, keeping them alive in this case. And well, at the other end, it wasn't good, as literally Henderson went down and out, and that is 3-2 Newcastle, as we fell more quicker than Portsmouth in the Premier League. It was getting frustrating, and Diego agreed as we laid the ball to him, and I was trying to avoid saying this, but this was like Messi-esque, dribbled past so many defenders and got us back the equaliser. It looked like we were going to scrape a draw out of this. Until the last minute, 90th minute hit the clock, and Tammy Abraham got the goal, the final goal, the 4th goal in a 7-goal thriller as we failed to beat Newcastle. Don't get me wrong, it got close on the other end as stoppage time was in our favour, but Malcolm couldn't put it in, and a last minute corner Braithwaite got saved. See, Henderson, that's what saving's all about. As a huge loss against Newcastle United. But I had to try my best to not let that get down as we take on Rennes in the Champions League. The first Champions League game at the Hawthorns, folks. but our forwards had a little bit of a sticky situation. Luckily I had to rely on the back to get a goal, as from the resulting corner, and our first ever signing, Braithwaite, yep, Gerard Braithwaite, gets the goal for us as he celebrates like a madman. He would have been dreaming about that moment that he scores for West Bromwich Albion, his first ever champions. Oh, come on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is like a movie set. Take 2 and action. There we go, much better. As I moved on to my final opponents of the match highlights, it was Aston Villa. A little bit of a derby to end it, shall we? And well, Diego literally ended the Aston Villa defence as he was like Pac-Man chasing through the ghost, spotting the chance, and well, it's a level complete as Diego got himself a goal. And the 32-year-old was literally on the way with Tomori as an over-the-top through ball, and he absolutely butchered the Aston Villa defence, through on goal again, and it's goal number 2 from the man from Japan. And well, we need this game to put to rest, and oh, I know just the man. John Swift, the captain, puts in the third, absolutely embarrassing Aston Villa. And then he puts the game at rest again with another goal. Then Diego got himself a hat-trick. Yep. And then finally, substitute Mark Gay came up with goal number 6. Alright, now we embarrassed Aston Villa 6-0. So, let's see what the live game holds for West Bromwich Albion. So, in today's live game is a very important one in the Champions League. Since we're going on a little bit of a domination in it, all we got to do is beat Feyenoord at the Hawthorns. And well, we've secured round of 16 for the Baggies, which, to be fair, I was more focused on the Premier League. And, well, we've absolutely destroyed the competition in the Champions League. So, Feyenoord await. Can we win and get through? Well, with this team, I can't see why not. Frank Kessié now leads the charge. Now, as a sergeant, he's literally going forwards right here. Try to draw the defenders away, and he draws Madueke in open space. Literally easy as you like. Lovely football, Madueke. None of the left backs wanted to tackle him. He's like, I ain't going near that guy. He ruined Brandon Williams' career. And yet they laid it off to Diego. Diego, well, you know the story. Feyenoord now going an attack of their own. It's been quite a quiet game at the Hawthorns. They've been really shutting me down on the counter-attacks, which is my only strength right here. And now literally 1-2 passes. Do we know any familiar names? Oh, it's a lovely cross. The volley, and Henderson at his near post. Top guard, like a king's guard. Freaking made it, pulled off a great save there. I do criticise Henderson when he's playing bad, but that save right there was brilliant. I would love to get another goal, just to get that little insurance. And John Swift trying to find his man. And Diego right here is literally in open space. Shot off. Oh, denied off the post. That would have been so good to get another one. But Feyenoord, they're keeping it calm, nice and easily, clears it, and I think it's going to be half time. SEA, lovely run, through balls at Diego. You know the story, you know it, how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. It's 2-0 just before the second half starts. Diego was in open space and literally, like a rugby player, he ran for it and got the try. But this isn't rugby, this is football. And we've made it 2-0 to the Baggies. Tomiyasu now, lovely run from the fullback. Lovely over the top through ball into Madueke. And he's got space, and you know it doesn't matter. Diego completes his hat-trick. He's too good. He has been the biggest surprise for me this season. And it proves it right here. He's so good for me. Thank you ever so much, Celtic, for a gem you've just upon us at the Hawthorns. Through ball. Now Feyenoord, and no luck right there. Tomori intercept that with ease. Now Kessié got a defender on him, plays it across to Swift. Swift, and you can see the open gap right here. And you know what? Let's go for something a little bit of a chip. I think they've really bugged chip shops this year. Just my honest opinion. Pass it in, come on. Tomiyasu heads it down, lovely. Eze, look at the space right there. Feyenoord, let me through. As Samuel, literally a little bit of a dancer right here. Kamara, through balls it. Goal number, I was going to say goal number 4 for the man from Japan. The goalkeeper made a good save, I can't lie. Samuel whips it in, and it's a header gone in! It's a man from Japan, but it's not Keigo, it's Tomiishu! Lovely header from the fullback, beats the rest, and that's goal number 4 for West Bromwich Albion. Feyenoord have got a free kick in a dangerous area. To be honest with you, I didn't really care if this goes in or not. I think we've secured round of 16, and they played it short. Lovely, and a fantastic save from Henderson. Gareth Southgate, you're watching this? Oh, well, my goodness, he's still going to pick Jordan Pickford. Corner comes in again, heads it away, Malcolm. Now, oh, come on. Oh, the little Japanese man has won it. Through balls it. It's 2v1. Samuel, he's running for it. Is he saying, go on, my mate. He can do it. Oh, no. That's a shame. That's really a shame. He should have put more power in that shot, and that would have been goal number 5 for us. As Eze is trying his best to win the ball back. And now Feyenoord are going to go for their own little counter-attack right here. As they dunk Cucurella. Tomori is literally trying his best to get back in this. Cucurella's intercepted, but they've won the ball back. What a surprise. The shot near post 4-1. Bit of a disappointing goal as they caught us on the counter-attack. Can't believe I actually said that for a first. Full time at the Hawthorns as it ended. West Bromwich Albion 4, Feyenoord 1. We're secured to the round of 16 of the Champions League, which I didn't expect that, to be honest with you. But let's see how we're doing on the 1st of January. Whew, I did not see this. Oh, what am I kidding? I saw this coming. My squad has been playing fantastically. Apart from the little hiccup against Newcastle United, look where we are. We are first place with a number of teams gunning us down, especially Aston Villa. What are you doing here? Alright, forget about them, but literally, second half of the season, in the next episode, can we win the Premier League title? And well, I would like to spoil this to you, but our round of 16 opponent, whew, it's going to be a hard one for the Baggies, but you got to look forward to that in the next episode. But the squad right here is proven to be fantastic, especially Tomori. He has literally been the solid defender I have been craving for this team. He's been so good for me. But up forwards, it's going fantastic as well, and we deserve to be in this title fight. But that's going to be ending today's episode. If you enjoyed this one, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. We've got more West Bromwich career mode coming soon. And as always, I'll see you beautiful people. You're all beautiful. Later.
I don't need to be sober for us to be lovers. I don't wanna love